All right, welcome back to another one of our film reviews. Today we are talking Chargers underrated rookie Justin Eboigbe. Eboigbe looks like a huge steal for the Chargers. He's kind of flown under the radar this preseason, but when you break down the film like we're about to, you can be really excited about everything he will bring to this defense going forward. As always, if you appreciate this content, give us a like, give us any comments with any feedback you might have. But without further ado, let's jump right into the film. All right, we're going to open up with a run defense, and there is Eboigbe right there lined up in a three technique on the outside shoulder of the guard. This is the preseason matchup, of course, against the Dallas Cowboys. It's going to be a downhill running scheme. Obviously, you guys can see we're inside the red zone right around the 5-yard line. We're going to get base blocks pretty much across the board up front for Dallas. Center's going to work up to that linebacker. We're going to get kind of a double team action work in here. I'm not sure what this right tackle is doing exactly, to be totally honest. Tight end's going to insert this way. Running back is designed to kind of hit this hole just like this. Again, that puts a lot of pressure on Eboigbe right here. He's got to handle this at the point of attack. Basically, almost just a two-gap it. Has to handle this gap and this gap as well. He does an incredible job. Let's check it out. All right, there's a snap. You can see base blocks everywhere basically across the board. Tight end over here working up to 50. Center going up to linebacker. Left guard on 91. Left tackle on defensive end. Let's watch Eboigbe right here against this guard, folks. Let me know if you think Eboigbe can play in National Football League. Oh my goodness gracious. He absolutely just humiliates this human being. I mean, this is just so horrifically ugly. That is awesome stuff. Gets into his chest right there and tosses him inside like he's nothing. You talk about blowing up literally two gaps. He basically maintains the perfect B gap leverage by throwing the guard into the A gap. This is absolutely awesome. You can see there would have been no opportunity to run inside anyway. Now, look, this tackle doesn't do any favors for the Dallas Cowboys here. This right tackle, don't know what he's doing here. He then misses that defensive end coming around. So the play would have been dead anyway. But when you look at this incredible strength, incredible power from Eboigbe, man, that gets me excited. That's a great rep here from the rookie. Nice start to his career. He's got a bright future in front of him.
Yeah, Nick, and this kind of goes exactly what his draft profile talks about. They talk about his hand usage and how powerful he is when he goes for these swipes. They say he's deadly. He's able to move guys out of the way that are much bigger than he is. And I think you see that in this play right here. Just the hands, the ability to throw someone out of the way. Just a really great job by Eboigbe.
All right, going the other way now, there is Eboigbe right there, once again lined up in a three technique on the outside shoulder of the right guard there. And it's just going to be a standard pass protection. We're basically going to get one-on-one pass protection across the board for the Dallas Cowboys. This center is going to take the gap to his right there, while providing some support there on that defensive lineman. This Chargers defensive lineman ends up looping around, so the center takes him. This guard's looking to pick him up right there, but he'll fly with him when he moves away. And then, of course, we'll get one-on-one blocking right there, left tackle on that edge defender. Let's watch Eboigbe right here. We saw his explosiveness and his power in the running game on the previous play. He does a great move getting pressure on the quarterback right here. Let's check it out. All right, there's a snap. You can see one-on-one tackles on the edge defenders. You can see 61 one-on-one on Eboigbe right there. You can see the center taking the gap to his right, but this Chargers defensive lineman works over to him right there, so it basically becomes a double team between the left guard and the center. Let's watch Eboigbe here. Threaten outside right there. Go with the swim move over the top. Pressure on the quarterback. Good clean hit, right? Smart play. Not too high, doesn't hit him in the head, doesn't go too low, hit him in the knees, hits him right around the waist. Good pressure on the quarterback. Nice job by Eboigbe. We know he's good against the run, but moves like this in the pass rush game, that's really nice stuff. And look, when you get one-on-one in this situation as a three technique lined up on the outside shoulder of the guard, you got to win them, right? You have essentially a three-way go here, right? You can go outside, you can go inside, you can go through. These are opportunities you have to take advantage of, and Eboigbe does. Nice rep here from the rookie. Like I said, he's got a bright future. He can certainly do it all. Let's look at it from the wide copy. There you can see him right there. Watch him fake outside, go inside with a nice swim move, good clean hit, good pressure on the quarterback. Again, this is winning at the point of attack right here. Beating him inside and getting good pressure right in the quarterback's face. Obviously, this is Trey Lance, the Cowboys' backup. It's not like he's a superstar or anything, but there's not a quarterback in the National Football League that can thrive in an environment where there's consistent pressure right in his mouth just like this. And again, good clean play, hitting him in the perfect spot, hitting him right in the ribs. Not too low, not too high. Nice all around by Eboigbe. All right, sticking with the pass rush, there's Eboigbe this time lined up in almost a 5 technique or maybe even like a 6 eye right here on the inside eye of the tight end. He's lined out wide from a guy who normally plays on the interior. The Chargers really like to use him in a lot of different interesting positions. This is going to be another pass rush opportunity. Here, the Dallas Cowboys are going to basically slide the protection all the way over just like this. So it's going to be one-on-one between the right tackle or left tackle, excuse me, right here on Eboigbe in this situation. Then we're going to get one-on-one right here on the backside. On the previous play, we saw Eboigbe beat an offensive guard in a one-on-one situation. Actually, I believe it was 61 over here. Here it's a little harder, right? You got a tackle, you got a left tackle. It's supposed to be a mismatch. These guys are usually very good pass blockers. Watch Eboigbe beat him with a great inside move here and get more pressure on the quarterback. Let's check it out. All right, there's a snap. You can see the offensive line, everyone except the right tackle who's one-on-one there, sliding to the offensive left, the right side of your screen. You can see Eboigbe work outside right here, but see how this left tackle oversets. Smart, savvy play by Eboigbe right here. Once he sees that opening to the inside, take it. That's what you got to do. That's exactly what he does. Beats him clean. Now, look, it's a quick throw by the quarterback, so Eboigbe doesn't get a chance to get pressure. But this combination of speed and intelligence, again, taking advantage of opportunities, this will lead to sacks. This will lead to pressures, right? Because there's a lot of opportunities in games where it's not a quick throw. And when the offensive tackle gives you the inside and you take it, you'll get pressure on the quarterback. You'll force sack fumbles. You'll force interceptions. And I think this is why the Chargers are really high on Eboigbe, because he can do it all and he's very opportunistic. All right, going back to a run defense, there's Eboigbe this time lined up in, I would probably call that a 5 technique on the outside shoulder of the tackle right there. Maybe you could call that a head up for a 4-eye technique, but either way, he's lined up essentially right on the tackle. This is going to be a downhill running scheme for the Dallas Cowboys. We're going to get down blocks here across the board. We're going to get the tackle anchoring down. Guard's going to pull and try and lead the way through the hole right here. Fullback right here is going to try and block whoever fills that direction, whether it's a safety or edge defender. We're going to get the tight end right here blocking down in sort of a double team action, working up to the next level in this situation, and it's going to be a running back trying to get north and south right here. It's just going to be a huddled mess, old school power football at the point of attack. I want you guys to watch Eboigbe, how he handles this block. This is textbook technique. Great job here, blowing up a run play. Let's check it out. All right, there's a snap. You can see the down blocks there. You can see the backside guard pulling for the Dallas Cowboys. You can see the fullback right there. Looks like he's trying to pick up the edge defender. I'm not exactly sure who his responsibility is right there. You can see this tackle kind of doing a double team, but Eboigbe steps out, so then he works up to the next level. Let's watch Eboigbe here on this tight end one-on-one. So he gets into him right there. Look how he extends his arms. That's great technique right there. Great leverage, great base across the board. That's awesome. But watch how he keeps his eye on the running back. Let me go back to the very beginning. Watch this entire rep. He keeps his eye on the running back, and the moment the opportunity persists, he sheds the tight end, helps make the play. That's perfect. That's textbook stuff at the point of attack. Right here, blowing up the play, keeping up a big pile, not allowing any movement, right? Getting yourself in a good position. And when the time strikes to make the tackle, throw the guy aside, make the play. Great technique from Eboigbe here.
Yeah, Nick, and this is a guy who's done a lot of really great stuff coming out of college, and specifically in the run defense department coming out of college. Really great run defender, and I think you start to see that here, 86.4 run defensive grade. I think a lot of that has to do with this guy's size. He's really great on at that, 3-4 edge. He's 6'5", 300 pounds. He's got some good movement as well. He can run a 5-second 40. So I think athletically, size-wise, this guy is built to be a great run defender for the Chargers.
All right, sticking with the run defense, there's Eboigbe right there, lined up in what I'm going to call a 2-eye technique on the inside shoulder of the guard right there. And here the Chargers are going to stunt. They're going to slant their entire defensive structure to the offensive right, the defensive left. So Eboigbe is going to work to this gap. This defensive lineman right here doesn't get the memo. He's supposed to work over here. This guy over here is going to maintain his outside containment responsibilities. But again, folks, I want you guys to watch Eboigbe here. This is an example of his quickness for being such a big guy, 6'5", 300 pounds, like we mentioned. He shows incredible athleticism, getting into this gap, creating all kinds of havoc. Let's check it out. All right, there's a snap. You can see the edge defender on the left side of your screen there working inside. You can see Eboigbe working inside to the opposite A gap. You can see this defensive tackle right here. He doesn't get the memo. He screws up. He goes the wrong way. That kind of screws up the design right there for the defense. Edge defender maintains his outside containment responsibilities. But let's watch Eboigbe here. Watch his quickness. Watch him beat the center over the top, beat him clean. And right here, he's got the running back dead to rights, but he just can't quite make the tackle. Now, look, that's Deuce Vaughn, second-year running back for the Dallas Cowboys. He is a slippery joker right there. So that's not 100% his fault. You really like this DB coming off the edge here to be in a better position to make this tackle. See how just vertical he is? That's not a great position there. But look, this is doing a good job in terms of Eboigbe, because right here, his responsibility in terms of gap is basically this gap right here, the right side A gap right at the hash. Look where he ends up. Perfect position right there. I would love for him to maybe make the tackle, but look, he's in a great spot. He maintained his gap, did a great job beating the center, blew up the play completely. He needs some of his teammates there that have responsibility for these other gaps to make a play. But this quickness, this move, that swim move over the top, great technique, great speed, great athleticism. Eboigbe checks every box for the Chargers defense. Let's watch it from the wide copy. Watch Eboigbe work the center over the top and get penetration, and he just can't quite make the play. Again, I don't think that's his fault. Again, look how far Deuce Vaughn has to jump outside right there, basically outside the in-rushing edge defender, right? You can see this defensive end, the stand-up edge defender. See how far he works inside? That's how far Deuce Vaughn has to jump out to avoid a guy like Eboigbe right here. You'd love for this guy to actually make the play. Got a little too vertical. You'd love for this linebacker not to get caught in the trash right here. But in terms of Eboigbe, what he's doing, nice rep here. Again, beating the center clean, getting penetration, great job up front from his perspective. All right, let's go back to a pass rush situation. There's Eboigbe right there, lined up in what I'm going to call a 2-eye technique on the inside shoulder of the guard right there. And this is going to be a situation where the Dallas Cowboys are going to slide the protection to Eboigbe's side. This center is going to take this gap. This guard is going to take this gap. This tackle is going to take this gap, which basically means he's one-on-one with that edge defender. Then you're going to get one-on-one right here with the left guard on that defensive tackle, one-on-one left tackle on that defensive end right there. Here's a situation of something Eboigbe needs to work on. Right here, he has to understand that this is a mobile quarterback. This is a passing situation. He's got to maintain pass rush integrity and make sure he doesn't get pushed to one side or the other. He does a great job beating the offensive lineman in front of him and wins the rep technically, but he loses the battle because the quarterback's able to escape. Let's watch how this checks out. All right, there's a snap. You can see the offensive line sliding to Eboigbe's side right there. The center, the right guard, the right tackle, and we got backside here on the left side of the Cowboys offensive line. Watch Eboigbe get into this guard, work into that gap, and see an opportunity here to take advantage of this and beat the center across his face, which he does with the spin move. Decent enough job right there, but here's the problem, dude. You have got to maintain your pass rush integrity lanes, right? You have got to stay right here. If you beat this guard to the center, it's got to be right here working into the quarterback's lap. By working across the center's face like that and beating him clean, you did a good job. You can see how far he got inside. Again, look at his initial alignment, right? This A gap to the right of the center, his responsibility is about 2-3 yards to the right of this hash. Look where Eboigbe ends up. Essentially right on the hash. It opens up this huge running lane for the Cowboys quarterback. He's able to escape and make a positive play out of it. Eboigbe has the talent to beat offensive linemen up front. We saw this entire sequence right here. He's got to get a little bit better about understanding his assignments. That's something that good coaching, which I think the Chargers certainly have, will address. You'd love to have this talent here. You just got to corral it a little bit. I think the future still remains bright from Eboigbe, but he's got to clean up some stuff like this.
Yeah, Nick, and one interesting thing we see out of Boygby is kind of his versatility. This is guy kind of played a lot of edge in college, but he has the size to be an interior defensive lineman as we see him here. And he's lined up throughout the preseason in a bunch of different places, whether it's straight up over the offensive lineman, whether it's in the gap or out wide. This is a guy who brings a lot of versatility as a player to this Chargers defensive line just because of all the experience he's had in different situations.
All right, we're going to end on my favorite play that I saw from Eboigbe from this preseason matchup. And there he is right there lined up. And again, I'll call that a head up 4 technique in this situation. Some people may call it a 4-eye. Some people may call that a 5. But regardless, once again, he's just lined up, head up on the right tackle in this situation. This is going to be another downhill running scheme for the Dallas Cowboys. We're going to get back blocks there, tackle anchoring down like this. We're going to get the guard pulling this way. We're going to get the fullback leading the way in the hole as well. And then we're going to get double teams right here, right tackle on tight end, working up to the next level. Receiver's going to insert and cut people off as he can. Running back's going to look for a path to get this way. Let's clean this up a little bit. I want you guys to watch Eboigbe. This is one of my favorite plays. When you have to double team like this and you got 2 bodies coming at you in this kind of concept, it's a really tough job. You got to make sure to hold your ground, not get movement, and find a way to just clog off this mess right here. Eboigbe shows off great technique, great grit, great physicality. Let's check it out. All right, there's a snap. You can see the down blocks there between the guard and the center, the tackle anchoring down. You can see the backside guard pulling. You can see the fullback inserting, looking for somebody. You can see the wide receiver there trying to get to that safety. I guess fullback is going to take this edge defender. Offensive guard looping around inside for number 25, right? Pretty good structure up here for the Dallas Cowboys. They're in a pretty good spot right here in terms of getting hats on hats. That puts a lot of pressure on Eboigbe right here, right at the point of attack. Watch the moment he feels his double team. See how he turns himself to the side and tries to drop his knee. Does a really good job technically, kind of blows up this double team a little bit, creates a little bit of a pile, creates a little bit of a mush here. But here's the other thing I like about it. Watch him fight off the block and still make the tackle at the point of attack. Great stuff there, right? It's going to get ugly sometimes inside, right? Being defensive lineman, as anyone knows, right? It's ugly football. It's not going to be pretty. It's not going to be all kinds of fun and nice film watching, like where everything looks so clean and good swim moves and good spin moves and things like that. Sometimes it's nasty football. Sometimes the other guy brings a little punch. Sometimes you get a helmet to the ribs. It happens. But you got to have the willingness, the effort, the determination to fight through it and make the play. And that's exactly what Eboigbe does here. And if you're going to play defensive line, whether it's in a head up 4 technique, whether it's in a traditional 3 technique or 2-eye or nose guard or any situation like that, you got to have the willingness to take on a double team with good technique, blow up the guard, not let him get up to the next level. That's great. And then fight through a helmet to the ribs to make the tackle for a limited gain. That's what it takes to win in the National Football League. And I think Eboigbe shows that throughout his entire preseason performance. Look at it from the wide copy right here. Watch him take on this double team. See how he gets sideways like that, it forces this guard. He can't get up to the backside linebacker, doesn't give a lot of surface area for movement, just kind of holds the line of scrimmage right there. If you go back to the very beginning, you can see the line of scrimmage is right at the 20. Look at Eboigbe. He gets a double team there and basically gives up what, maybe a half yard, maybe a yard of ground. That's really nice work. And then he fights through it all and helps make the tackle. I love what we've seen from Eboigbe. We know he's a good athlete. We know he has the ability to beat offensive linemen, whether it's center guards or even tackles and pass rushes. But his ability to play the run is also another exciting element. I think the Chargers got a steal here in Justin Eboigbe.